Hi students, our today's topic is health illness continuum. This is a concept in which we define health and what are the factors which will be impacting your health. So, this is a concept which states that our health is continuously changing, and we all know that our health is continuously changing, and there are so many internal and external factors which are affecting our health, our well being. So, let's discuss this continuum a bit. In this continuum, there are two arrows. Both the arrows are pointing in opposite directions. As you can see on the slides, there are two arrows. On one side, there is premature death, and other side, there is high levels of wellness. And here in the center, you can see a neutral point. Okay, so this is a state of health. Basically, the neutral point is a state of health. After that comes on the right side, there is awareness, education, and growth. And on the left side, there is signs, symptoms, and disabilities. These are the components of this health and illness continuum. So let's discuss these components. In health illness continuum, first we are moving towards the right arrow. The first thing here is awareness. The right arrow, it includes 3 steps, basically the 3 things which will be influencing your health. The first thing is awareness. Obviously, when you are aware, like your body weight, that will be impacting your heart health, or there are some foods which will be causing disease in you, you will be taking steps to avoid those things in your life. So, this is how awareness will be impacting your health in a good way. Next thing comes your education. When we are educated, like you are nurses, you know that there are certain things which are good for your health and which are bad for your health. And as per your levels of education, you try to include those things in your life or you try to avoid those things from your life. Third thing is growth. This thing includes the individual's growth in the areas of their intellect, their mental health, their physical health, and their spiritual health. These all things will be impacting or influencing your health. So, in the right arrow, there are 3 basic things which will be impacting your health. That is awareness, education, and growth. The more aware you are, the more educated you are, you will be taking steps toward your health. In health illness continuum, when we move towards the left arrow, there are 3 factors which will be influencing your health. The first thing is signs. We all know that signs are something that a physician or doctor can see in your body. Okay, that you are having some kind of disease conditions, you are having pale skin, you are having cyanosis, your body is yellowish in color. Those are some signs, those are suggesting that there is some disease condition in your body, and it can be ruled out by the physician only. That is the sign. These are all kind of symptoms, and these are felt by the person or the patient. The perfect example of this is back pain, fatigue. Only you can tell that there is a pain in your body or you are tired. So, this is the example of symptoms. This is the second factor here in the left arrow. The third thing here is disability. This is the last stage of disease, we can say. And when there is body or mind impairment because of the disease condition. Okay. So, disability, for example, the person is not able to walk, the person is not able to perform their task, person is not able to adjust in the society, any kind of disability is there. That is the last step in the left arrow. And as we all know, there is another thing in the left arrow, that is premature death. That is the last thing here after the disability. Next topic here is factors influencing health. So there are so many factors which influence our health. The first thing is income and social status. Iske according, if the person is having a good economical status or the person is having great amount of money, there will be more health options for them. Like the richest the person is, they will be having good sources of health, good options of health that is available to them. The next factor here is education. The lower the level of education, there will be higher disease conditions because the people are not aware about the health. They are not aware about the signs and symptoms associated with a particular disease condition. And that's why education is influencing our health. The next factor here is physical environment. Okay. So, what kind of environment we have, in which house we are living, what kind of sanitation situations are there, that is the physical environment. What kind of workplace we are working in. Are we working in the farms? Are we working in somewhere where there is so much dust or the particles? So these are the all kind of things which will be coming in environment. Next factor which is influencing your health is social support network. Your friends, your families, your peer groups, those are a great strength that is available to you. And it is also linked with your health. Okay, your friends, your family, your community is also influencing your health. Whatever kind of friends you are having, they will be influencing your health. Next is culture. Obviously, our culture, our customs, our families, our communities, they will be influencing our behavior. And as we all know, our behavior is influencing our health. The next factor is genetics. As we all know, students, there are so many disease conditions which are related to genetics. Even our lifespan, our likelihood to getting the disease conditions, those are related to our genetics. The most common example of this is Down syndrome, diabetes mellitus, even the cancer. These are all the kind of disease conditions which are having genetic predisposition. Okay, so genetics is an important factor which is influencing our health. Next factor is health services. Okay, you are educated, you have the knowledge, you have the money, but what about the health status or the health services in your area? If you don't have enough hospitals or health services in your areas, you cannot be healthy, or that will be impacting the health status of yours. Next comes your gender. So, gender is also playing a great role in health and illness. There are so many disease conditions which will be impacting men. There are so many disease conditions which will be higher in females. For example, females can get cervix cancer while men cannot get cervix cancer. Other than that, lung cancer is greater in men rather than in females. So these data can be changed, but there are definitely gender influence in this particular area. So yes, health is influenced by gender. Students, in this topic, we are going to talk about illness. So what is an illness? Illness is when a person is not able to perform the task he was able to perform before, or there is change in the level of functioning of the person. That is illness, or it is simply an response to a disease that is called as illness. Students, there are different types of illnesses, and there are major two types of illnesses. One is acute illness, and second one is chronic illness. So acute illness is usually of rapid onset. Okay, it starts very fast and it is for a shorter time period. And the perfect example of acute illness is cold, diarrhea, any kind of stomach infection, food poisoning. That is acute illness. It starts very quickly and it also resolves within few days or weeks. So that is acute illness. Whereas the chronic illness, chronic illness is something that is taking time to develop and it persists for more than 6 months. So it is chronic illness. And the examples of chronic illness are the mental health conditions, the chronic kidney disease, diabetes mellitus, diabetes nephropathies. These are all the examples of chronic disease conditions where the person is having the disease condition for more than 6 months. That is called as chronic conditions or chronic illness. Next is causes and risk factors for developing illness. So, what are the causes which will be influencing the illness in your body? Okay. So, any risk factor is any situation or habit that will be affecting your social, psychological, physiological conditions. And there are the factors which will be causing the disease condition or which will be increasing the chances of having the disease condition in your body. So the first factor or the first risk factor in this is age. Okay. So a person's age will be a biggest risk factor for various kind of disease condition. For example, a school going children, he will be more prone to communicable diseases because they are playing together, they are sharing their foods, they are sharing their toys. But a person who is old age, they are more prone to get a disease condition related to musculoskeletal system like the fractures, osteoporosis, osteomalacia, etc., etc. Another factor that will be influencing is your lifestyle. So right now we are so much aware that the lifestyle is the basic factor which will be influencing our health or illness. Okay. So if you have a positive lifestyle, like you're following a perfect diet, you are moving your body, you are doing the exercises, then you will be having a great health. But whereas if you are having a sedentary lifestyle, you're not doing any kind of exercise, you're not moving your body, you're not going for a walk, you're not following your proper diet, you are eating a junk food from outside, okay, that will be impacting your health in a negative way. So lifestyle is also an important factor in your illness. So the next factor here is environment. As we all know that our environment affects our behavior. Okay. If the person is not having a sanitary condition to live, or if they are not getting food that is clean, they will not be able to live a healthy life. Another factor here is genetic and physiological factors. Like we have discussed in previous classes or in health, there are so many disease conditions which will be impacted by the genetics. And some of them are mental retardation, Down syndrome, neurological disease conditions. So genetics plays an important role in the illness. As we all know, there are some cancers which are directly influenced by the genetics or the mutation in genes that increases the chances of getting those cancers. So this is also an important factor here. Okay, students, next here is epidemiological triad. Basically, epidemiological triad is including three factors which will be causing disease in a person or which will be impacting the health of a person. The first thing here is agent. So agent is something that is causing the disease. Basically, in normal scenarios, agent is any microorganism or pathogen that is causing disease in the person. For example, a virus, a bacteria, a parasite, any kind of microbe that will be entering the human body and causing the disease. So that is agent. The next here is host. So, host is basically the human being, the person who is getting the disease. So, when the agent will be getting into the host by any kind of portal of entry, so it will be causing the disease. And here, the host is mostly the human being. So, third concept here is environment. It refers to the external factors that affect the agent. Okay. So we do have bacteria, viruses, parasites. We do have host, that is human being. Now the environment. There are so many factors in our environment which will be causing the host to enter in the human body. There are so many conditions in human body which will be making a person prone to get diseases, and these all things comes under the environment. For example, like what kind of environment the patient is living in, what are the sanitary condition over there, and what are the availability of health services. It will be also depicting the presence of disease in the person. So this is epidemiological triad consisting of agent, host, and environment. Next topic in this is illness behavior. And there are following stages of illness behavior. The first stage is experiencing symptoms. Students, when we are experiencing symptoms, this is called as the first stage of disease conditions, and you start to feel symptom like you are starting to feel fatigued, you will be having headache, fever, and this is the first stage of illness. Second is assuming the sick role. Okay, now you got all the symptoms, your body is tired, your body is not able to function properly, you are sick and you are avoiding the people, you are avoiding the community, and you are staying in your bed. That is basically the sick role. And this is the second stage. When you are lying on your bed, when you are in your room, not doing the task you regularly do in your daily work routine. So, this is sick role, the second stage of illness behavior. Next is stage 3, assuming dependent role. This is the third stage of illness behavior. And this stage is characterized by patient decision to accept the diagnosis and follow the prescribed treatment plan. Okay. Then after the second stage, like you are ill and you need to go to the doctor, you need to take some medicines and you need to have some rest. That is the dependent role. Here you are dependent on your family members or friends so that they can take care of you because you are not able to perform your daily task. And this is the dependent role. Next comes your stage 4, that is achieving recovery and rehabilitation. And this is the last stage of this illness behavior. Here, the person, after taking medicines, after taking care of themselves, they are recovering from that particular illness or they are in the rehabilitation centers. This is the last stage of illness behavior. After that, the person can resume his duties, they can go to the jobs, they can perform their daily tasks. Okay, so that is the last stage of illness behavior when you are recovered from the illness or you are recovering from the illness. So this is all the stages of illness behavior.